up, family? Welcome to Ask the Mods,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my beautiful, my lovely wife.
And this right here, this is my king, my confidant, my best friend, my model, my love, my sweetie pie. I use a Ma'at. We are the Ma'at, y'all. Yes, we are married. Yes, we have an issue that we got to bring to you today. This is what we do, and this issue today is really heavy.
Yeah.
It's a really heavy one that came in from a married couple, actually one half of the married couple.
Mm-hmm.
And this young lady, let me just cut to the chase. Again, you can read the full letter at blackloveandmarriage.com if you're viewing this elsewhere on the web. But this young lady wrote in, and she says that before her and her husband were married, she was attacked in an underground parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
She was raped by 3 men. Very traumatic situation.
Yeah.
Her then boyfriend was there for her, worked with her through that, was a rock for her, and they got through it. A few months later, he asked her to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
They got married. And were living a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, they got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And they had both agreed that they didn't want children.
Yeah.
So it took them a minute to grasp the fact that she was pregnant. And they decided that they wanted to go forward, and they had a beautiful baby girl. Only to find out 2 days after giving birth that the baby had passed. The baby passed after 2 days of life. She said, I would wish that on no one. The pain of that was enormous. I can only imagine. Not long after that, she was diagnosed with uterine cancer. I think she said a few months later, she was diagnosed with uterine cancer. She had to go through chemo and radiation. Her husband was a rock again. And I don't know if I just said it, but he was a rock during the loss of the child. Always there. She never felt alone, and got her through that. Now, more recently, she's going through tests and treatments to find out if the cancer has returned, and it does look as if the cancer has returned. And she says, but this time, during this adversity, the difference is that her husband does not appear to be there for her, that she only gets something from him when she asks. He seems to have some resentment built up towards her. They had a big argument not that long ago, and he said something like, my life was totally normal before I was with you. And she, was very taken aback by that. And he said later on in their conversation that, I didn't mean that, what have you. But she just wants to know, have they just gone through too much? Has it just been too difficult living life with her and both of them going through what they've gone through together? Is there no hope of going back to what they had? Because she has noticed this difference in him, and she's just not sure, about what the future looks like for them. So, baby, weigh in.
There's absolutely hope. Of course, you're not going to get back to the space that you were before, but
why not?
But you've experienced a lot of different situations, unfortunate situations that have led you to be in the space that you're in right now. So you can't erase any of that. You can't erase it. But what you can do is begin anew today and attempt to build something better than what it was before. It's possible, but it's going to require a hell of a lot of work. And, what's critical in this process, which it doesn't appear that you all have right now, and I know you want it, and you have a right to want it. What you all don't have is closeness. That's what's absent. And let me just speak from a man's point of view and say that if my wife right here went through even half of what you experienced, none of that you created yourself. You didn't bring any of that on yourself. All right, so let's just say that it's not your fault, and you're not responsible for any of that. And for the dudes that did what they did to you, they need to get it. But what I'm saying is that, like, in order for, if I was in that situation, the space that I would be in, to be honest, and this is me speaking from the gut, I would probably be angry. I would be angry.
Not at me per se.
Not at you. I mean, hell, I might be angry at God. I would be angry at the situation, and I would be wondering, why me? Why is my life the way it is right now. It's so unfair. But also I would be afraid. And I would be afraid because, number one, I lost my child.
Wow.
But now here I'm confronted with the possibility of losing my wife. And that right there is a scary thing. So I separate myself from the thing that I want the most, because the thing that I want the most could possibly cause me the most pain by not being there for me anymore. So I'm afraid.
You're preaching. You're preaching.
So I'm really just speaking from a space, just try to help you to understand that you know, he's afraid right now and he needs you. He really needs you, and you, of course, you need him. So just because he's on the couch, you know, don't think that he doesn't want to be with you. Don't think that he doesn't love you. Please know that it's a difficult thing that he's going through, and it's not just you that's going through it. He's going through it too.
Wow. So that was big. That was big in terms of fear and anger that he might be experiencing. A couple of things I want to say to you as well. I want you to have gratitude for the past. It may be a very, very hard thing for you to conceptualize, but I want you to have gratitude for everything that has happened to you individually and your marriage, you all as a collective unit. Try your hardest to have gratitude. What have you pulled from all of the things that have happened to you up until this point that have helped you to become the person that you are and that are impacting and shaping your life in ways you don't even realize? I guarantee you that there are things unbeknownst to you that are getting ready to take you to the next level. And if you did not go through what you have been through, and if you were not going through in your marriage what you're going through right now, you could not be all that God needs you to be. That I know for sure.
Come on, me preaching.
I mean, this thing is some serious, heavy stuff you're dealing with. But I want you to get some perspective. I want you guys to get into some counseling or some coaching, be connected to a mentor couple. You can certainly hit us up, but you need to be in a regular place of reflection, because when we're going through, we need to be intentional about making sure we have supports around us, because it's easy to fall down and it's easy to get caught up in what's going on. You have a responsibility to stay present in the moment, as difficult as it may be. And you've got to be there for him the way that he has been there for you. And I know that it may seem hard. I know that it is difficult. But trust me, when you guys come out on the other side, you will look back and all you will do is say, thank you. I would not want to go through it again. But I probably wouldn't change anything because I would not have the insight that I have right now. You will say that if you're intentional. So yes, there's hope for you. Yes, you all will be okay. If he's half as good, the man that you have described up until this point, y'all gonna be all right. But what do we know about relationships? They go through phases. They go through spaces of stress, right? Of turmoil, of tension. Hang in there together. Get connected to some regular place of reflection so that you all can get connected again and have gratitude for everything that has happened, everything that is going on right now, and for the victory that is yet to come in your relationship, in your body, and in your life. But in order to do that, you've got to stop playing and start pushing.